I was struck by the fact that our next speaker didn't fly across the country, but walked across the country. His name is Matthew Perdie, and he walked across the United States from the northeast tip of Long Island, New York, to the coast of Santa Monica, California. And he did this for one reason and one reason only: to bring awareness to the dangers of big government growth and massive government spending by both the current and previous administrations. Dig this. This young man was upset as he looked at what was happening in Washington, and he looked at the direction the country was going in because of the massive spending that's going on. And he decided to do his part. What was that? He picked up an American flag and walked across the country from Tea Party to Tea Party. Across, he was even in Tucson last year. Over 3,600 miles. He created a documentary miniseries that you can see if you go to www.perdie.com. I want to invite him to the podium right now, my friends. A man who walked across the country, who was the forebearer of the very movement, the Tea Party movement, to call on Washington to stop spending. Please welcome Matthew Perdie. Last night when I got to Tucson, I found out that I got bumped in my hotel room. That was a bad thing. But Matthew graciously gave me his room. Because I'm like him, I am old, fat, and tight. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew, thank you. Yay!
I don't mind sleeping outside, it's not really that bad. Well, I've been looking at the media the past few days, well, months really. I've had some time to think and look at what the media has been talking about, and there seems to still be a lot of confusion about what the Tea Partiers are. And I just felt that I should tell you from my perspective, based on my individual experiences, what a Tea Party person is. Now, these are based on my individual experiences across the country, so I will be speaking in second person. Please don't get confused. A Tea Partier is someone who trusts you solely based on what you fight for. Someone who met you on the first day of your walk and still calls to make sure you're doing okay. Someone who gives you $100 and a 2-night stay at a hotel because you've got way too many blisters. Someone who buys you 2 Chick-fil-A sandwiches. That's 2. Because they saw that you were hungry. Tea Partiers are a group of patriots who give you a place to stay, introduce you to the best burger joint in town, and escort you through dangerous neighborhoods, or seemingly dangerous neighborhoods. A group of construction workers who hands you $7 outside the window of a truck as they're driving by. A group of children who write you good luck card in order to keep your spirits up. A Tea Party person is someone who repairs your walking stick because it was chopped off by oncoming traffic. A Tea Party person is also a restaurant owner who offers you a free meal because your walking stick was chopped off by oncoming traffic. An 18-year-old kid who lets you stay at his grandmother's house, graciously. A 19-year-old kid who drops his lease and quits his job so that he can help you further the fight for fiscal freedom by walking across the country with you. That gentleman's name is Brooks Blanton, by the way. A Tea Partier is a woman that gives you $100 because her deceased daughter, who had passed away the day before, wanted to help you. A Tea Partier is a physically handicapped elderly woman with no living relatives who comes to a rally to support you and a cause you share with her. A mother who takes you in as if you were one of her own. An elderly man who lets you stay in his one-bedroom Cajun suite out by the lake. Mine's called a man cave. A 6-year-old child, aware of the reasons why you are protesting, who gives you a shape-shifting rubber band in the form of a $sign. A sweet family who, after having a chat with you in the restaurant, pays for your meal on their way out without even telling you. An honorable soldier who fought in Afghanistan that gives you a coin that he kept with him during the war. A truck driver who stops on the side of the road to make sure that your Camelback is full of cold water. A lesbian couple who lets you stay on their farm because they feel just as strongly as you do about ending our federal government's tyranny. A man who drives hundreds of miles to ensure that you don't spend your birthday alone. A sprinkler repair entrepreneur who, for 8 months, calls the sheriff, the media, and various business owners in the next town before you even get there in order to secure you safe passage. A group of Mexican guys who, after seeing your giant American flag get caught on barbed wire, jump on top of a nearby car in order to save the integrity of the United States flag. A man who runs for mayor because no one else with good intentions is doing it. Someone who stops on the side of the road to give you a cup of hot green tea. An intern reporter who writes an unbiased article about your walk from a newspaper with an overtly biased liberal slant. A patriot who drives you 200 miles in order to show you the best Cajun food in Louisiana. A Texan who devises a 5-page long formal plan within hours of meeting you to make sure that people know about your cause. A radio talk show host who gives you a pair of Dr. Scholl's inserts. A mother who repeatedly drives hundreds of miles to make sure that you're safe through the middle of nowhere, Texas. West Texas. A patriotic mother who gives you a safe place to stay in Tucson, Arizona. Wink, wink. A sheriff who doesn't work for the federal government, but for the people of Maricopa County. A person who rides his motorcycle across the country to 49 states in order to help clarify the meaning of the Constitution. Wow. A person who donates $2,000 to you because your laptop was stolen. Oh, man. Wow. Finally, someone who drives over 1,000 miles just to make sure you don't spend Christmas alone. Oh. A true Tea Party is not a political party. A Tea Party person is not limited to those who go out there and hold up signs. It is not a particular national group funded by Republican elitists. It is a grassroots philosophy. A philosophy that our representatives, our senators, and our presidents are governed by the people and for the people in accordance to the restrictions we put on them through the Constitution. They do what we say. The Tea Parties are an acknowledgement that we are prioritizing the fiscal issues over the social issues. The Tea Parties represent an awareness. We are both the birthplace and the last hope for freedom left in this world against tyrannical government. We cannot and will not, in good conscience, allow the voices of our soldiers who have died for our freedom to go unanswered. Democrats, if you want to preserve your legacy, I suggest you resign now. Republicans will be watching you very closely. Establishment candidates, let me make something clear. Come this November, we're in control of the House, not you. Afterwards, we'll see what happens. We'll let our actions speak for that one. With all of our founding fathers guiding our fight, we have no waiver in our stance. Limited federal government spending, smaller taxes, accountability, and less regulation is only the beginning. So go on! Bring your Pelosi's, bring your Barney Franks, your Rahm Emanuels and your Obamas, because we'll stop you every time. Thank you.